The World of Darkness by the Requiem. When last we left, yeah, when last we left off, everyone was putting themselves into recovery because they have successfully torpored the Elder Tarina, and that went fine for them, and stowed him away in the abandoned home of Jacob Cabs before, you know, fucking ding dong ditching him to go get some vitae. Now, was it Timothy standing guard?
I believe
For
Timothy.
now, well, since Rem isn't here, it can't exactly be Gideon. So, for now, yes.
I mean, you can wave it and say it's Gideon. I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
You know what? Last time I checked, you were even thirstier for blood than I was, so,
Thirsty AF.
Yes, but I am a god of blood and shadow.
I mean, you guys could watch him for like a half hour while Tim goes out vagrant hunting. And then, like...
You gotta have some respect for yourself. You are what you eat.
That is a valid statement to make in this setting.
Alright, so just excuse me while I go and batter down the gate of heaven and eat some angels.
you know, I would have.
I've heard that album, it's not bad. Batter down the gates to eat angels!
But yeah, I figure.
It would be appreciated if we could do like 2 shifts.
Yeah, I figure Merzindi, Timothy should be going first, considering how, if I remember correctly, you're basically on 0.
I'm on 2 now.
Okay. So
I was on 0 for a bit and then I ate a ghoul.
You know,
then you got that.
as you do. I was
Also,
hungry
Timothy can-
once.
Also, Timothy can hunt faster than all of us.
He really fucking can, it's true.
Meanwhile, we're going to be going to orgy. We're not coming back from that quick.
No, I would hope not, at least, although that says very embarrassing things about your capabilities.
Bitch, please.
Let's see here. Is that at that?
I death grip myself too much to be a quick shot. Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, I made myself sad.
Exactly.
Let's see here. I'm actually, like, putting together Cabs' room because I was like, I should fucking do that. I don't know. You guys can watch me put this together, I suppose, while we do that thing where we go into everyone's aspirations. How about that shit? I remembered the thing.
How about that?
You've actually started to get good at it.
Yeah, I know, just in time for it to go on hiatus so I can forget everything again.
God damn it.
I know, right? You say goddamn, but you needed some outs.
I do, but fuck.
I know that you don't want to take any of them, but, you know. Okay, so... Lily, you have fixed vision with a plus, fund the club with a plus, and space for 1 aspiration. Would you like to change any, and would you like to take one?
So repeat that?
You have fixed vision, it's got a plus, fund the club, that has a plus, and space for an aspiration.
My top tier thing right now is getting that blued. So
Organize
Yeah,
an
yeah.
orgy.
yeah.
Sure. I love this game. Okay. DCL, all of your aspirations are complete. What 3 aspirations would you like to take?
Join Roses.
Would you like to have participate in an orgy by any chance? DCL, you're muted.
Participate in an orgy.
Yep.
Make sure Torina does not like get body napped or something.
Let's go with goes unmolested. And third?
And can become anime, be one of them.
Become anime.
You never go full anime.
Alright.
I just wanna
Okay, sure.
wanna test
Aspiration 3, become anime.
new resilience. I guess it doesn't matter since I'm probably not gonna get to. But just in case.
You never know.
You gotta walk out into the middle of the street and activate resilience, and there you go.
Can't say by the way I'll use my walk. Okay. DCL, you have resolve side job shaking a few trees with 6 pluses in it.
Sorry, do you mean DCL?
As I said.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I meant to say Maz. Maz, sorry, you have resolve side job shaking a few trees with 6 pluses in it.
A secret one.
A secret
and
one.
An empty one.
And an empty aspiration. What would you like your last aspiration to be? Would it be get away with the secret one?
You know, I figured getting away with it was implicit in that.
Yeah, it is, really.
See, the only ones I can think of that are important are ones that are already implicit in the 2 I already have, like,
Yeah.
locating Jacques and shit like that.
I mean, if you put in individual parts to those jobs, then you can score them. Like, having an overarching large goal, and as long as it's not like every single time your short term is another piece of it, because that's kind of what the plus is meant to symbolize, then you can do it. But there are no doubt side portions to the job shaking a few trees that don't really fall under the job's jurisdiction.
Then just give me a sec to read up on,
Great big document o stuff.
Yes, sorry, I just didn't want to have my push to talk pressed down while someone was gunning their motorbike outside.
Why are the only bathtubs upside down bathtubs? I take it it's because people need to take fucking cover, but... Well, no, it's not upside down, it's just really jankily drawn shadow. Here, look at this fucking thing.
Oh yeah, that's...
It's actually the inside of it, but if you look at it starting from the inside out, it looks like it's upside down, like an inverse bath.
I can see how you saw that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
That's what I saw first. I was like, why is this bath upside down? It's just the lighting. I'm a little bit crazy. It's okay. Everything is fine.
I can see how you would be confused.
Searching toilet brings up blessedly clean imagery. It's always nice.
Whose apartment is this?
Jacob Cabs' where you have ditched Tarina. I suppose here's a question: are you going to ditch him in the bath or the bedroom?
Get
Fuck this shit. I'm in the tub.
Yeah, which one can we get more light insulated?
Definitely the bathroom. The bedroom is not light insulated in any way, and the bathroom has one of those, you know, the frosted glass windows.
Man, I wasn't even talking about light insulation. I just want him to unconsciously know that if he pisses us off, we can Breaking Bad his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but seriously, we don't want him to burn up in the sun?
No.
Yet?
Got to.
I searched up bin and got concubines. See, that's the kind of erroring that I expected. Wait, what is this? Sorry, I'm pulling this out into the screen. I looked up bin and got put in Beast of Coolness.
Wow.
Putin's stare penetrates a 10-foot lead wall and brings a kettle to boil within 10 seconds from 3 miles away. For public safety, he must wear special glasses. You may pay with your life to activate this card.
I love that it's a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card.
It says Pokemon Putin,
Pokemon.
and then it's profit at the bottom right, as though it were a part of the fucking thingy cube. Oh my god, it's so good. It's all of the memes at once. That's a strong play when you search for bins. There you go. Waste paper basket bin. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I imagine Roll20 is more Americanized, so it'd be like trash can.
Of course. Trash can. Oh yeah, yeah. That's like. Actually, no. Most of those are like the outdoor ones, which are all like rubbish bins and recycling bins and shit. But that's a good point. I hadn't considered the Americanization. That's right. DSL tried to get a great sword at first, but lacked the strength and discipline.
Alright, Scout.
Yep.
I have decided I will just go with locate Jacques the Blind.
Check you.
Locate Jacques the Blind. Excellent. Okay. And with that, everyone's aspirations are decided. You now have a functioning place. I take it you can all see just fine.
Yep.
Can you see anything past here?
I
You.
can see
Oh,
big
the
boxes.
You can see empty boxes. Okay, that's fine. I thought that I'd put lighting in place and turn on illumination. It's like, so illuminate everything without line of sight. That's not how that works, but whatever, fuck it. If I do that, then you guys can't see for shit, presumably.
Nope, can't see anything.
Yeah, whatever. That is fine. These are my backup boxes. If I ever want to play with lighting, then I'll make them do a thing. But I was like, just put some fucking things on a page so you can very quickly put shit together. Yeah, preparation. Yeah, alright then. Let's dump Tarina in the bathtub. Thump. And yeah, you're in Cabs' room. Fucking roll with it. Oh, don't roll with it, fine. Okay.
Alright. Vitrina secured. I will return shortly. Without additional blood, I will not be able to maintain a watch.
Mute CL turns mute off to say nothing and turns it back on again.
Damn it!
Did you do it in reverse?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
God dang it,
And then
Bobby.
remuted himself.
I was saying that's all right. We'll watch, or well, you go hunt since you basically hunt at the speed of shadow.
The speed of dark. The only thing faster is light.
But everywhere light goes, shadow's already there.
With Scout, when you outrun the light, you're only left in shadows.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, shadows are faster.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I need to grab. Boop. Boop. That's the end as well. You know what? She's gonna get fixins for real human food. There's probably something in here.
Wonder how bad I look right now.
How badly smacked up did you get?
I have 4 boxes of lethal damage, 3 of bashing out of my 12.
I mean, you don't bleed, so you've almost definitely got like abrasive damage done to yourself, but it's also the kind of thing that you can just sort of ignore.
I suppose I'll have to spend a little bit of my vitae, my last bits of vitae, to make sure. Actually, when you go below,
When you go to 0, you have to make tests for frenzy, or like in starvation try and eat the closest source of blood. And right now you're addicted to vampire blood, so that would actually be Lily and not the ghoul.
All right then.
And I have
nothing.
Yeah, and that's true. And then when you drink from her, she will run out of vitae and also frenzy, and you'll probably kill each other.
Or, just have a really hot session of bite play.
When you drink from Kindred, you don't deplete their vitae stocks, you just do damage.
Except
I'm
for
also really low on
except she
health.
is permanently blushed, so you would.
So, my actual hunting roll with stealth.
Yeah, sure, go for it. You can add your shadow stuff to that.
Yep, and then I have to include my -1 because I haven't gone a week without breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, just barely a success.
Oh, I mean, that's still enough.
It is, it is. How much would you like to drink?
How healthy does the person I've found look?
Wits composure? They're not exactly the picture of health. They're, it's late at night in an alleyway and they're, like, snoozing next to a cardboard box or something. So they probably don't have much of a very well-sustained diet, just giving it a solid guess right there. Probably has a little bit less to give than most people would.
Well, that's unfortunate for him. I'm going to, given that I still have damage left over, I'm going to have to spend, like, 4.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, take 4.
Alright. He dies.
It's okay. He's homeless in America. Nobody cared about him anyways.
I mean, now he's dead, Jim.
It's not like this is...
You might as well exsanguinate
this
him
is
completely.
like first. But then I have to get rid of a body.
Just eat the body.
You already have to get rid of the body.
Not really. I mean, if he's not exsanguinated, then this just looks like he died of a heart attack. I breastfeed in shadow form. I don't have to leave bite marks.
Well, this is when you go back and get DCL, and he casts off you skate on the body. And people just forever ignore the hobo.
They'll never know. It's like, God, he smells really
think
bad
that's
even for a
fine.
homeless guy. Yeah, no, sadly, obfuscate is not such a long-term capability there.
No, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Actually,
Mm.
I don't remember. What's the time limit on obfuscate?
Usually
I don't
a scene.
remember. Okay.
The higher level powers can last for days.
But they will also specifically say on them. When they don't, it tends to mean a scene.
Yeah, well, this is... Rest in peace, homeless guy.
It doesn't break your points anymore, I'm pretty sure.
I am still suffering a condition from last time, so...
Fair enough. Who's your next target?
Making it some random asshole CEO. He won't be missed.
Admittedly, as much as I would like to, just indiscriminately eat the rich as well. Sorry, I'm Invictus.
Yeah, they don't eat the rich, they are the rich.
Even
Exactly.
better, you eat the lesser rich.
Now that's a more legitimate,
Ooh.
actually. You eat people whose inconvenient but sudden heart attack wouldn't, do anything bad for those portfolios.
Find an American Psycho styled, go-getter who's rising up through the ranks but has killed a few women. And then when their body is found, everybody's too focused on the fact that he's a brutal serial killer. I mean, it's
I mean,
American
that
corporate.
would-
It's American corporate culture. It's not that hard to find one.
Be a Dexter.
That would take a little while longer than I really have. So
Yeah, although that is
bear it in
an
mind for future,
amazing,
though.
yeah, although that is an amazing idea, that requires some legwork. Generally considered as well, it's bad for the masquerade for people to die of vampire-related causes, and for then the portfolio-based, like, just the vampiric assets to all increase at the same time. Like, drawing connections between yourself is generally one of those big no-no symbols, although the fact that you breath drink instead of blood drink does help an awful lot.
It wouldn't ruin the masquerade. Once more, it's America. Corporates being scummy gets like no attention whatsoever. If anything, the government will cover for them.
Yeah, let's actually just go and try to find another homeless person. So that's going to be what, now another negative.
Yeah, same rules as before, but an additional negative one, because you are starting to stretch your hunting ground out a little bit more.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to take into account my 2 dots of having turned into a shadow last time. Oh well. That should actually mean I'm not very 0 this time.
Okay. Alright. You locate a target. You can have at him.
Let's be a little more careful this time and only have 3.
Alright. Okay, they seem to be doing well. They have like a gentle bubbly tinge to them that makes you, reminds you of cocaine.
And with that, I will heal from my injuries and head back to Cap's house.
Alrighty. While at Cap's house, you two have been, you know, there's a TV, the power is still on, a month isn't out, so it's not like the bills have dried up all of a sudden. Etienne has located, like, bottles of beer and some stuff that resembles food, so she's, you know, just munching and eating, although a bunch of shit has been, like, thrown in the garbage disposal because it's gone quite a
Do
bit.
they have Netflix?
Roll me a chance dice.
They have the porno one, Nutflex.
Nutflex. You can watch such great movies on Nutflex as Shaving Ryan's Privates.
God fucking damn it. I say that both to the roll and that joke.
It's a solid one.
Porn parodies used to have such clever names.
No, they didn't. Shut up.
No, they did.
They really had some fucking clutch ones.
When Harry wet Sally.
Yep.
And now it's just the same name of the movie with triple X parody tacked onto the end.
Yeah. I mean, what about Midsummer Night's Cream? A few hard men. Against all bots. Ally McFeel.
I don't need any more reason
Hmm?
to hate humanity today.
Bat Dude and Throbbin.
My fucking god.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. Beverly Hills Cock. By Curious George. You know, it's a lot of there's a lot of gold out there.
I walk out the apartment, I don't know why.
No. Yeah, he doesn't have Netflix, but he has cable.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Basically living in the Stone Age here.
I mean, the dude worked as like an orderly ghoul for that dude. There's no way he had time to just sit down and destroy things on Netflix. If you rolled a 10, he would have had Netflix and Hulu. But no.
Everybody makes time for Netflix. Don't even give me that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull out my phone.
Sure. It looks like a phone. Also, yeah, DCL, when you were looking... Yeah, when you were looking yourself over, DCL, like, you know, like, you're damaged, but you don't bleed, so it's not like you make a terrible mess of yourself. Rose, on the other hand, is looking rough. Like, she does bleed. She's blushed for 24 hours at a time, so her clothing is, like, a blood-soaked and matted, and although she doesn't have to feel pain, it certainly sucks a lot.
I mean, I'll I'll spend a vitae to staunch it.
Yeah, you're gonna need a change of clothes. However, hey DCL,
God damn it.
you're spending a period of time and you know that Timothy's out feeding and hungry and your stomach is just like grumbling to you, or it's a grumbling you feel in your mind. Can you give me a resolve composure test, please?
Can I get a bonus because I like Rose?
Yeah, I'll give you +2.
Resolve composure, you say?
Yep.
Oh,
Okay. So, like, you look over in Rose's direction, and you're pretty sure if your pores were currently active, you would just be, like, streaming with sweat, because she smells fucking delicious, dude.
I mean, she normally does anyways.
That's true, but now she smells like a delicious meal at the same time. She's wearing clothing. She's basically, like, looking at a bacon-wrapped person right now.
I survived my diet, I can survive this.
The DCL of this setting, though, is already in shape and didn't need to go through the diet.
Oh, the DCL of this session needs to get punched in the face then.
Yeah. Eventually, Timothy, you return, and you can see that DCL is basically fidgeting where he is. Etienne has...
Come on, my composure is 4.
Your composure is 4, but, like, vampires, unless they're... Well, actually, no, you're a very human vampire, so you probably do still do things like unconsciously breathe and move around and all that kind of thing. So your foot's probably tapping in a way that it usually doesn't. Like, there's got to be some kind of sign.
I mean, I'm pretty ADHD. Chances are I'm just bored.
That's also true.
Well, at least I look bored.
Yeah. Yeah, you can return and see that Etienne's had a few drinks. She's doing okay now.
Here, let me check real quick on Tarina before we go out.
Sure thing.
Boop, boop,
boop. I mean, he's looking like a vampire that got the shit fucking kicked out of him and torpored. And he's just sort of like splayed out across the bathtub with his head like awkwardly resting on a tap.
I was expecting him to be gone, so this is the better.
Yeah, you were expecting to open it up and have been Batmaned, but no, you actually look in and you're just like fucking this ancient venerable vampire is like comically splayed out.
All right, Tarina's still sleeping nice and soundly, just for now.
Cool.
So Rose, I think we got orgy to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab some new clothes before we head out.
You could try and you could steal Jacobs's.
Me and Etienne both.
You say to the guy who's still wearing a flak jacket covered in blood.
Yeah, we're gonna get you some new clothes too.
Bitch, please obfuscate.
You can't obfuscate in an orgy.
Sure I can. I've done it several times before.
That is cheating. That is.
Why is he so jaggedy and pointy during this naked sex encounter?
I don't have to play fair.
It's true, you don't.
But I probably will have to take a black jacket.
Like, that's gonna, like, you may obfuscate, but that is gonna start, like, bumping into people.
I mean, just we'll go get you a change of clothes. How do you feel about corsets and latex?
Not much of a corset guy, not gonna lie.
Not hearing a no on the latex.
I mean...
Have fun, but I don't need to listen to this.
Traditionalist.
Tim's a much more of a leather
He's a leather
person.
daddy. Okay. So yeah, let's... Boop.
Tim, you need to get laid.
Honestly, though, Timothy does kind of bring up a point.
You need to nut in someone.
Can he? I don't think he remembers how.
Reach out, not faith.
Maybe I shouldn't go to the orgy, or at least not stay. We do still have a lot of things to take care of. Just get my drinks and head out.
You gonna what, like bite and dash?
Bite and dash.
What's the best term for that vampire?
More like a dine and a wine? I don't know.
I don't know. My
What
brain is not.
Not doing brain stuff. It's not putting together the punnery like it should.
No.
How big orgy are we talking, anyways? I'm gonna need a
I'm
lot.
just gonna go try and pick up a few people.
Alright.
Three or four. I suppose if you got to fill up too, though.
Well, I'm gonna cheat and obfuscate myself so that I look like an extremely attractive and handsome man, and I can be that vague. And anytime we look to a girl, it will change depending on what their expectation of that is.
It is true. You literally can cheat. Some kind of lurid vampire bonomancy. Etienne looks at you and sees a woman.
High five.
The point is, not only am I cheating by making myself look attractive, I am then cheating by being attractive.
It's true. Okay. You guys can make a joint test of this. Where are you going to set up your orgy?
Yep. I
That's
figured,
a little inferno.
yeah, I figure Rose has the better choice spots for this.
There's a little inferno. There's the Hail Mary. Like, that'll get you some really fucked up orgies.
Which might be what I want.
The Hail Mary was that church that got turned into a nightclub.
You know, no one's gonna ask when you start biting necks. Just gonna think it's foreplay.
Oh, they won't ask at the Hail Mary. It's run by fucking, like, just crazy party girls. Like, some crones and some, suddenly forgot the names of them.
I'm voting for the Hail Mary.
Some crones and some whatever that was that Rose was.
And it's close.
Yes, yeah.
Alright. We'll go pick some ladies up there.
Sure.
Pick some ladies up. Why don't we just turn the entire place into an orgy?
Police?
Fuck the police.
Eyes on us? Cell phones?
To be fair, you guys turn up very blurry in them.
Yeah, but you don't want a whole lot of blurry people showing up.
Well, no, you just look like you're censored out of the orgy.
Exactly.
Take like all these orgy photos. There's a bunch of people who look like they've been security censored.
I thought you were the one that was all about not breaking the masquerade and being as careful as possible.
Well,
Turns out he gets
normally,
really hangry for orgies.
But orgies and also thirst.
He's
Both.
thirsty. Yeah, thirsty in two senses.
Yeah, we're not turning the entire place.
Oh, come on.
Like,
That'd be a massive masquerade violation. Plus, not everybody's gonna be into that. That shit's gonna bring down like police or security on us.
Never heard of police coming by to stop an orgy. Fine, whatever.
You haven't been to many orgies. That
it is a real
places
buzzkill.
of business.
Yeah, it is a real buzzkill to have your spontaneous floor orgy interrupted by the popo.
Yeah, that is not a smart idea.
It's the wrong kind of bummer. At which point she will fist bump.
Fine.
Tell you what, hey Rose, you want to make a check and see if you have any contacts that might be at the Hail Mary? It's altogether possible that they could, like, get some fucking clothes together for you guys when you arrive.
Sure. What do you want? You want streetwise?
Streetwise and your status.
Present streetwise or?
Status Carthian.
Yes, but what attribute?
Oh,
Scout?
there. Presence, sure, that seems about correct. Either presence or manipulation.
Presence is my better one. So.
Go for it.
Let's Streetwise is one of my asset skills.
Sure.
So plus Parthian status of 1.
Neat.
Not that good a roll. I mean, still successful roll.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Well,
there's
not
clothes
bad.
for you guys. In a way, I was kind of hoping that you would fail super fucking hard, and the only thing they have are fursuits.
We'd have moved on to another.
Yeah, but like you want to take some fucking beats, and then they put you in fursuits. Like, oh no.
I was about to say that'd be only a failure for like the 2 of us here, but then I realized most of the furry community is gay, so never mind.
Etienne likes banging chicks, so she's fine. You know.
I mean, gay as in gay males.
Oh, right. Well, I mean, you get to appear however you want, so if you appear to a woman as a woman, then she might have weird fursuit sex as you. You never know. There's a weird interaction there, I'm sure. Regardless, you guys head off to Hail Mary. And you arrive, like, even as, like, the probably just, like, cab or whatever you've borrowed, or indeed you could just, like, use the car that you guys had parked at the apartment, now that I think about it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you drive down there, you can already hear, like, pounding, deep thrumming music, like all that jungle techno. And it is a well-lit, or at least from the outside, you know, lots of uplighting on a chapel that's got shutters across the stained glass. And it looks like the stained glass has been replaced, and it's a lot of people in suggestive poses.
Are you sure we can't start an orgy here?
When you approach the front door, you can see it. There is a bouncer, and Rose, you've seen this person before. It is one of the punked up gangrel ghouls. He will look over a lot of you and apparently seems to recognize Rose, as he will open the door part way and announce that changing cupboard on the left.
Gotcha. Give him a nod.
Yep. He will look over you, and then Etienne will pause and tip him a 50. She will announce that she totally didn't find a cookie jar full of money in Jacob's room. So, sorry, kitchen.
All right. Be right back real quick. Bathroom.
Sure. And then, yeah, when you guys get changed, you find the clothes that they left for you. It sure does look like a lot of studded leather bondage.
Oh, we should have brought Tim.
I know, right? Although Etienne
Leather.
will...
He would have loved this.
He would have loved leather! Yep, and there's also, like, some distressed jeans and some probably, like, thigh-high heel boots and stuff, including a pair that look like they might fit on DCL, but they're also, like, normal footwear as well. Etienne will start climbing into stuff, and she'll pause. Like, she's managed to get like about half the bondage leather on, but the rest of it turns into a corset that she'll need tugged tight. And she goes, "There's a version where that hasn't got the top on it, and there's this duct tape."
Duct tape X's.
Yeah, think of duct tape X's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can decide.
Give me some of that duct tape, by the way. I need to cover some of these bullet holes.
Oh yeah, sure. In fact, she will like help you strap up a little bit.
And then I will get dressed.
Yeah. How does your bondage attire look?
We'll go with the jeans,
Yeah.
but we're gonna also go with like thigh-high boots.
Very nice.
So it's a nice aesthetic.
It is. It's a good aesthetic.
Let's go for a white poofy shirt with then a corset over top of it.
Also good. The corset itself is probably an underbust one, but that always goes fine with the white shirt.
Oh yeah. No bra.
Of course.
And yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yep. Excellent.
Now we gotta fucking find an orgy.
Yeah. As for DCL's attire as well, there's a lot of stuff that screams fuckboy, and then there's a lot of stuff that screams stud daddy.
Fuck boy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is
DCL's choice of aesthetic, right? And he's AFK. Although I think he's got headphones on so he can still hear.
DCL.
Oh no, don't encourage him to turn his microphone off because he's peeing. And that would be bad.
Unless he's pooping.
That's also true. That's also something we don't want to hear. That's something where I'm like, well, kind of kill my stream forever. But yeah, he can, you know, get himself dressed up nicely and, yeah, some pretty punk attire. Get his dreads tucked on one side.
We already know he wears leather pants because.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Got him some for Christmas.
Yeah, he's got probably like a dread bandana full of silver rings that jingle jangle a little bit. And there is
rings that jingle, jingle, jingle.
Jingle jangle. And yeah, there's also a couple of plastic like bucket bins. Oh, hello again.
I hate all of you. I was in the bathroom.
I didn't do anything.
I can hear you. First off, I do not look like a fuckboy because I spent vitae to make myself look like the most beatific, handsome black man.
I know. I'm teasing
Studman.
Yeah, Studman.
Not fuckboy.
Yeah.
Saul Studman.
Saul Studman. So leather pants or tight jeans?
Attorney at law.
Saul Studman here. Or Studman and Sons. Or Studman and Bitches.
Studman and Studs.
Nice. Yeah, you bandana it up. There is a plastic, like, looks like almost like a recycling bin, but you can see it's got like a little hazard symbol on it, and that looks like a good place to dump all of your blood-covered clothing.
I mean, I suppose. If I'm using Obfuscate, I guess, yeah.
Like, they will clean your stuff for you, or at the very least, like, you won't be walking around amongst vampires covered in blood-soaked clothing.
Fair enough. I'm glad I left my tactical vest at home.
Just remember, it's not just for appearances, you know, to us. You know, there might be other vampires around here who smell the blood in the water and think they can prey on.
Yeah, there are almost certainly, like, in fact, you know there is one elder here who would probably not be adverse to seeing if some vampires want to go down on her for blood.
I mean...
Gotta think about this stuff.
Yep. Yeah, when you head back out, the effective, like, bondage gear you seem to be dressed in fits the aesthetic of the rest of this place. There's the, ow. Noises there, DCL, from your mic.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's very dimly lit itself, but there's a lot of, just, like, club lighting, the odd strobing, some colourful lights. The pounding bass is very heavy in here, and there are lots of people doing lots of drugs and getting drunk and having a good time. You can spot a couple of people who are very obviously ghouls, a couple who are vampires, and Rose, you notice the, like, what was it, 5'5" undercut, haired, like, punked up elder with the, like, studs all the way down the sides of her ear. She recognizes you and gives you a little up nod. It's probably her who arranged your clothing for the evening, judging by it being not of a dissimilar aesthetic to her own.
I'll flip her a thumbs up.
Yeah, and would you like to make some tests to score Orgy? There are booths which you are aware of.
Yes.
If you were willing to, you know, throw a little bit of cash around as well, you could probably get them all in just a semi-public booth.
Yeah, back room.
Yeah, there's back rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get some tests.
Preferable, a little less public. But still, like, you know, going back to the back room.
Yeah.
Okay. Presence, persuasion.
Yeah.
I have a specialty in flirting.
Yep.
Do I give any bonuses for being an attractive black man?
You can make your own test and add the successes, or add the failures.
Oh.
You only add failures if you actually, go into 0 successes, of course. So it's a very high chance you'll be going with fine. Your obfuscate gives you modifiers.
I'm just gonna let's slap a willpower on that.
Before you slap a willpower, you can see how DCL does. It might be that Big Daddy brings all the boys to the yard.
What is it again?
Presence persuasion or presence manipulation, and your modifier in this case would be your obfuscate. Because you literally get to choose to look like who you want to.
Oh.
Yeah, combined you turn that into a dramatic success. In fact, and there's also someone else who can make this fucking test. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and she will use her vampire powers. Oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4.
She got an exceptional success. All
6 successes on her own.
So about turning the club into an orgy.
Okay, so you turn the club into an orgy. And what I was going to do was make a test for DCL to resist trying to pick up vampires, but there are some vampires who will throw themselves at you, DCL, if you would like to risk a drinky.
Okay, so if I drink for to resist killing
You cut
him...
off that?
Hello?
You cut off from him. No, you said if you drink that, and then it cut out.
Oh. Do I have to make resist to not drink too much, or do I get more into addiction?
I mean, they can stop you from drinking too much. They'll probably only let you take a vitae each, so you don't, like, bond off on them, because that would be really inconvenient.
I mean, at this point, I might as well just, go not risk the addiction. Unless they're really throwing themselves
I mean,
at
you'll
me.
have to make a test if you're given the offer. More like, before it's like, make an offer, make a test to resist, like, trying to get some. In this case, it's make an offer to resist getting some, then.
As long as I don't have to roll to resist biting them again.
No, that's fine, because they can literally stop you.
Alright.
The only question is, even 1 point of vitae that will risk a blood bond. And do you have enough willpower? Because to resist a blood bond as a kindred, you have to spend willpower.
No, I do not. I do not have any willpower. I have 1 willpower right now.
Okay, and then you'll probably want to make a test to resist, because you are being offered. You have an addict's eyes to them, and this is the kind of place for that.
God damn it.
Yeah. See. This is why we shouldn't have come to the Hail Mary.
Well, I'm about to roll for Hail Mary. Composure, resolve.
Yeah, alright. You turn them down, and they'll be like, alright, but you ever need a little bit of something extra.
Yeah.
Regardless, there are a lot of humans doing, like, a lot of drugs as well during this orgy, so you get righteously fucked up.
Go around, drinking some blood.
Sure. Do you indulge in sexual favors? This is an orgy.
You gotta give a little. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Give a little.
Don't want to be a greedy stud daddy.
Yeah, definitely sharing it around, using the excuse that I'm handsome. I gotta give everybody a little something.
Of course. Yeah, there are a couple of people who, how would I best describe them? They're very much like I would say that they are in-case punks. You can't really tell one way or the other.
What's the safe levels to drink from a healthy human again from each person, without making them pass out?
Like 3?
Yeah, I felt like it would be 3.
There are more than enough people here that you can probably consume about 12 vitae and put nobody at risk.
Yeah, I'm gonna spread it out, take a little bit from everybody. Except for the vampires.
Yeah, I mean, they do offer to you as well, Rose. Well, probably slightly more because you don't have the addict size.
Yeah, I appreciate the offer, but that is not the kind of bondage I'm into.
Alright.
You get a fist bump for that, at least, by 2 of them.
Once I'm getting around to the point where I'm getting to full, I'll whisper to Rose that I'm gonna head back to help protect the body. Sorry to be a buzzkill and cut the fun short.
Thumbs up.
Her mouth is otherwise occupied, but yeah.
Yeah. I'll spend just to make sure I don't make a scene leaving, since I already painted a red flag on me. I'll spend a point for facing the crowd. So drop the handsome act and then just like slip out through the massive sex and orgy.
Yeah, okay, so I mean, this whole ordeal still took, like, an hour and a half for you.
Yeah.
So, Tim,
Mm-hmm.
you had an hour and a half alone in the apartment with cable TV and a torpored elder.
Tim decides this is the time to nut.
Yeah, like, I'll show you, just get fucking laid.
Like, I got perfectly unconscious elder here. Little do they know. Little do they know, my sire was actually Bill Cosby.
No.
Torpor piece.
What? You stop! Damn it!
So, Tim, you've got an hour and a half, and I'm gonna ask you to make a resolve composure test of your own. And it is negative your shadow potency.
Oh boy.
Okay.
No, that's wits composure, sorry. Right. Let's give that another go.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Phew.
So you know that, like, that old book, like, The Heartbeat in the Floorboards? You swear you can feel, like, a pulsing that is his soul, just separated by a thin walls. It's a long time to be sat there for an hour and a half, and you're sat next to potent power, and you've been using your shadows a lot. A lot recently. In fact, you just finished feeding using shadow powers instead of the old-fashioned way, such as it were. And his essence is a siren song of hunger. Although you resist the compulsion to immediately go over there and feast, I'm giving you the option to diablerize him willpowerless. But you are not forced to. That's at the Telltale Heart. This is the Telltale Soul.
Oh, I want to be there so bad.
But I
I'll
did want
offer you a couple
to
beats.
get information from him first.
And then the voice, that soft voice in your head goes, and no information is more honest or true than freshly obtained knowledge. You'd be doing them a favor. There's no hiding the lies. You'd know it all.
Yes.
Woohoo! Okay. Okay. So, roll me 1d70 plus 20. Is the
1d7.
Yep, that is the amount of minutes that it will take. You are...
Oh, fast work.
You fast work. Okay. So yeah, you get up.
So, yeah, now we have to talk about, firstly, what's Tarina's blood potency?
Let us see here. His blood potency.
Because I'm immediately getting that in blood experience.
Ah, fuck! I want to do this too.
Before we get to that, let's bring up the page on this, on Diablerie, so we can make sure we've got all the facts straight. Because I'm only half remembering some of it from the book anyway.
Yeah, Diablerie, commit diablerie, must drink the victim beyond the point of final death. It's page 101.
Okay.
Once they're completely without vitae. Oh, okay, so you do actually, take vitae before you inflict damage. Okay. I guess I was wrong. Then you, inflict lethal damage. Once they're full of aggravated damage, their very soul struggles against the assailant as he reaches final death. Normally, each turn, the murderous player spends a point of willpower and rolls strength plus resolve. Vigor may add dice to this roll, the willpower point does not. You can continue to roll, spending a point of willpower each time, or until you achieve a number of successes equal to the victim's blood potency dots. To reach that mark, your diablerie is complete. If you abandon the task or run out of willpower, there's no effect and you may not try again. The murderer immediately gains 1 experience per dot of the victim's blood potency. This experience may only be used to purchase blood potency dots. It can be saved if it's not enough to buy a dot. As well, the murderer gains a dot of the highest of the victim's disciplines that she does not have herself. If she has all of the victim's disciplines at an equal or higher level, she instead gains a skill dot from her victim's repertoire.
So what I'm hearing...
It's always a breaking point, regardless of the victim's humanity score.
Oh.
During and after the act, the murderer feels dirty and wrong. She sometimes hears the victim's voice in the back of her mind, urging her towards oblivion as penance for her crime. Most kindred will kill someone at some point during their requiem, but Amaranth is far more than extinguishing the life. It's a willful destruction of a soul. While modern secular minds often eschew the existence of soul, a diabolist will never deny its existence. Diablerie causes the tainted condition on page 306.
Alright. That's when Tim needs more voices in his head. Alright, 306, the tainted condition.
Your character has committed diablerie and now retains traces of her victim's soul. Once per chapter, the victim can come back to haunt your character and try to force her destruction. This brief burst penalizes any one dice pool by the victim's blood potency dots, or adds to a dice pool opposing your character. This takes the form of subtle manifestations or whispers that urge and distract. Your character may have multiple instances of this condition, reflecting different victims, and it goes away after a number of months equal to the victim's blood potency score. Every level of aggravated damage your character takes reduces this time by 1 month.
Excellent. Okay, then. I need to double check the names of his fucking more trophy and disciplines.
Oh, this is a good idea.
Alright, you have Nightmare and Obfuscate, yes?
I don't have Nightmare.
Oh, okay. So, I believe his highest one is in either Nightmare or Institutionalize.
And you should also check if Institutionalize can be learned via Diablerie. Some bloodline-specific powers, like Obtenebration, cannot be learned by anyone outside of the bloodline, even via Diablerie.
Oh, then I shall.
I think there's only like 1 or 2 that can, and they carefully safeguard that secret.
Yep. Institutionalize, I believe, then is probably not going to be. Oh, he also has Vigor. How many dots of Vigor did he have? Not as many as he had Nightmare. Okay, let's see here. Is Nightmare achievable by Diablerie?
Should be.
Yes.
Alright.
It's clan-specific, but not bloodline-specific.
Yep, okay. You gain Nightmare when you do it. So, his blood potency is 6. It's higher when he's in his institution. His blood potency counts as a higher number, but away from it, he's pretty weak for an elder. 6 BP.
Okay, so I'm now going to move up to 4 blood potency myself.
Yeah, before you do that,
Man, Tim is just sprinting towards the final death.
He's sprinting himself towards Vampires 2 antagonist Tim. And I've been waiting for this moment for a while because...
Timtagonist.
Yes. The effects of originally diablerizing this owl, which is effectively what you did, is that their power supplants the willpower required to commit diablerie on elders. And
Wait, what happens?
as in, like, Tim doesn't have... He just doesn't do the tests because it, it takes time to do it. It will take him 23 minutes, of course. He has to do tests, but you know how it said for each of their BP you spend willpower to keep going until you get successes? The owl that he ate is supplanting all of those successes. And that's a thing that all owls have. They don't spend willpower eating vampires.
So you just can diablerize easy peasy.
He can diablerize at time cost. And their blood potency will have an impact for all the other effects, vis-a-vis, like, trying to haunt you and destroy you. And also, if he fails his tests to diablerize them for long enough, then he will use up the owl and its like, presence will be extinguished. So let's see you do it.
Sure. Strength, resolve.
Alright, that's one test. Alright, you got one. Alright, 3. Oh, you make it.
6.
One. If it had taken you one more test, you'd have succeeded, but would have killed the owl.
0, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was impressive, actually, that 3 by the end there. So, Timothy. Elder Tarina sat there, and you can basically see his soul sitting upon him. This room is dark, pitch black, and you can see him even without activating your little see in all things power. He's a physical presence. As you stalk towards him, a promise of whispers and a hunger of power invigorates you, and you dive forwards towards Tarina, wrap your hands around his head, lift him towards your own, place your lips across his nose and his mouth, and breathe. And you breathe deep. Your lungs already feel like they filled after the first 20 or so seconds, but still there's this drawing and pulling sensation. And you're not drawing air out of Tarina. You'd swear that this torpor, like, supposedly still body begins to struggle back against you. But your eyes are closed shut, and you can feel it, this deep darkening in your soul. It aches and it hurts. The owl's voice has never been louder and more cheerful. It's been pleased with itself.
Oh, hey, Timothy, what's... Oh, didn't know you were into that. I'll just leave now.
Yeah, it leaves again. It doesn't realise it was Diablerie and will come back in another half hour.
Hey, man, I don't keep shame. See you later.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. But yeah, but even as the owl cheers victoriously, you can feel its voice, its presence within you growing weaker and weaker. And as you reach the end of this person's soul, you feel it, a heat, like a warmth, as though you were drinking liquid, even though your tongue has touched none since you've learned to drink of breath. And it is a sweet, sweet liquid. And you open your eyes again. Tarina has entered the final death, and you can't take your hands away from his head, because his own hands have clasped around you and dug in so hard that they've shattered the bones of your fingers. Well, let's get a breaking point roll.
This isn't suspicious at all.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure what, how many dice I should be rolling here.
Alright.
Let's see, where's breaking points hidden? Oh, here we are.
Let's see here. What page was it on? Oh, here we go, 107.
Sample breaking points is 107.
Sure. What's your humanity? Out of just curiosity?
5.
Okay.
It depends on what the breaking point, like, what level that's at.
It's not specified. It's always a breaking point.
Yep, it will just always happen. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, give me a breaking point test.
So is that going to be what, 3 dice?
Yep.
And I do have an attached touchstone, so
According to Rose Bailey, vampire developer, Diablerie is a Humanity 1 breaking point.
okay, I have 2 dice to throw at this.
No, a Humanity 1 breaking point has 0. Oh, no, your touchstone.
I have an attached
right.
touchstone.
Right, okay, yes, go for it. 2 dice.
And let's spend a willpower because fuck it, I'ma need it.
Yeah. Alright. You didn't need it in the end, but it would have been 1 success. Okay.
I like that you caught on to what I was thinking without prompting third.
Yeah. So yeah, you pass the humanity test, but you do feel wrong. The book says that you feel wrong, everything you've ever known about it feels wrong, but you never expected it to be like that. Your body feels alive with a rush of strength and power that you've never known, and you could basically feel like this entire library of knowledge has been like dumped somewhere in your brain, and there is a cabinet with a key. All you have to do is turn it to take a peek inside, but you have no idea how large it is. You would be crushed by it, like Bruce Almighty style, as it opened all the way into you in the confines of your intelligence.
It's like you're fat to a new disgusting fetish. Didn't know you had it.
First, let's clean up the evidence. What's left of Tarina?
Alright, Tarina is old and already withering. The hands that have, like, apparently during this whole experience reached up and broken your own are, like, crumbling and falling away. Like, when would, like, the first, like, really old, shitty monks have come about?
Shitty monks or city monks?
Shitty monks, like old, like monasteries on the far hills kind of monk.
Fucking.
Let's see. The Dominican order was 1216. Let's see. Who else? Who might have predated one? Franciscans 1209.
Okay, so yeah, this dude is...
Benedictines.
No, this dude is withering down into, like, mushy dust. $529. Okay, yeah, he is becoming mushy dust, like, in this bathtub. You're pretty sure that if you just, like, started trying to pulp him with a hand whisk, then you could probably get him to go down the bath.
Well, rather than pulping him with a hand whisk, let's,
Oh yeah, he was also carrying Vitae,
Let's-
which you drank out of him. You gained 6 dots. Sorry, no, you don't. He was Vitae-less when you got in that end of that fight. You gained 1 dot, sorry. That's all he had left.
Oh, no. Each level of damage I dealt to him gives me a Vitae.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, also I should probably roll a test against Kindred Vitae addiction.
Yes, he took 4 aggravated damage. That's all he had left. But he did also have 1 normal Vitae, so you gain 5. Although, doesn't Elder Vitae give you more Vitae points back when you want an Elder? I don't...
I'm not sure.
Hmm. Anyway, can I get a Resolve Composure -5?
Sure, you can get a chance die.
Okay, yeah, you have Vitae addiction.
And Diablerie is automatically addicting on its own, so...
Yep, Diablerie addiction.
So I'm not gonna get Diablerized the moment I walk through the door, right?
Oh, it's cute you think I'll be anywhere nearby.
However, then it takes, you know,
Line and dash.
yeah. So it took you 23 minutes to Diablerize him. With his body quickly rendering itself down into pulp, you estimate that you could like get him to go down a bathtub in 10 minutes.
So just fucking turn on the faucet.
The only thing that would be left, of course, is his clothing, which is admittedly in ragged tatters.
Yeah, I'm going to summon some shadow tentacles.
Yep.
That was still a chance die, sorry.
Oop. Okay, yeah.
Hold on, I need to refresh, it's doing the thing.
Ah, where you hover over it and then it shows you all the dice numbers.
Yeah, consistently.
I hate it when it does that.
Yeah. So, going to pound Tarina into ashes and then start wrecking the apartment. Trying to make it look like there was a massive fight here.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. What kind of test would you like to do that with?
Manipulation, subterfuge with my specialization in misdirection.
Go for it. That sounds like a good plan.
Alright.
Go with a
will
-1.
my
You're
shadow
under-
successes add on to this?
No, your shadow successes themselves will not. Whatever tool you're using, it's down to your actual capabilities. Also a -1, since no doubt you're doing it under time constraints by this point.
Yeah, that's cancelling out my specialization.
That's what they're there for.
And guess who has no investigation?
Mm.
Well, I have a dot of it, but fucking.
So do I. If we put our heads together, we have 2 heads.
Yeah, smash the sides of the bathtub and the toilet, tear the
Smash that,
bed to pieces, throw the sofas on their back, tear wires out of the TV, and paint the walls with some of Tarina's ashes.
Sounds like a good plan. Just like smash that up against the door over there. This puppy over. TV somewhere over here now. Toppled fridge. But I'm pretty sure there's like broken beds. There's a version of the same bed but with a lizard underneath it. Somehow you find a lizard to put underneath the bed. I don't know. I could throw a mattress through a window. Easy peasy.
Yeah, and walk out, turn around, smash the door off its hinges, do the same to the front door, and teleport to a nearby building. And when I say nearby, I mean quite a distance away, but still in line of sight.
Sure thing. And just put you in this mysterious empty building over here. So yeah, that still leaves you with like 20 minutes. Would you like to try and consult your recently acquired knowledge?
Let's get somewhere safe, secure, possibly, well, let's turn into a shadow for a bit, so I can sneak under a very locked door.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, and then in there just Have a nice, secure, safe think.
Alright. So, Tim, you start to visualize it, like, I don't know what your mind palace essentially looks like, but there needs to be a source from which this knowledge comes from. The easiest way, it turns out, to, like, manifest knowledge is to be told it. Tarina is stood next to you. He's looking at you with barely disguised distaste. His gaunt bat-like figures and thin body look discomforting, naked in the darkness. The darkness itself seems to build its own kind of spotlight that you witness. I should have expected such a thing to happen. What do you wish to know?
Before we killed you, Darian said you seemed to be controlled. Who was it by?
If you had asked me back then, I would have been incapable of answering. It was by the Seven. You see, they have an insidious trick. A very simple, easy trick. They look at you, and you look at them in the eyes. It's all about that sight, that vision. You look at them in the eyes, and they have you. There was a man in a trench coat. He came. He hadn't appeared to be kindred when we saw him. But my halls could feel the threat he posed. I, of course, thought of this as a rather potent madness, and indeed in its own way it probably still was a very potent madness. To me, such a meal is quite delightful and delectable. So I bade him enter. Luckily for my child, she was absent, or no doubt she would have been a far easier target than myself, far less risky, as it would turn out.
And why, when you were under their control, why did you imprison her? Why did you not use this power upon her in turn?
It is not a power I have. Indeed, otherwise I would have used it on you and your friends. And on my child. It is not a power that I was granted. It belongs solely to the man with the blades. And even now, when he speaks of him, you feel like this rush of hunger, as though he were thinking of the most incredible meal, of potent madness like the finest wine your tongue has ever touched.
I feel your hunger inside myself, dear Tarina.
There is nothing dear between us. You've destroyed me in everything I am. My only hope for salvation from a control, a body that was no longer mine, would have been at the hands of the prince, if he didn't kill me. At the very least, he would not have destroyed me. You've taken that from me, Timothy.
And I will take more and more from you and others in times to come. But for now, let us not think of the future. What more of this man can you tell me?
His appearance, of course. His head was close-cropped, shaved, the sides. His brow was mean. And even now, I'm sure if I were asked to describe him whilst still my undead heart rest soul hard in my chains, I would have been able to tell you nothing of him but bright shining yellow eyes, and they still stand out. I remember the rest of the features, and describing them would be pointless. You would only be able to see the eyes. He was approaching 6 foot, wore a dark trench coat, his waist 2 machete. In his pockets, you could practically hear them jingling with knives and sharp blades of all manner. I know not if he carried a gun. Rough, destroyed jeans, and some tough boots, the kind that you would expect to rest upon a skull and slowly increase the pressure until it breaks.
I see.
It was undoubtedly a member of this 7, perhaps the only member. For all I know, they only have one member. He is, as you so adeptly saw with me, capable of creating so many more.
And those eyes. The eyes. Those are the eyes of owls, Tarina.
He will scoff and laugh. No, yours are the eyes of an owl, Timothy. His were the eyes of hell itself.
I see. Well, he shall be joining you soon. Now tell me, what did he have you do? You cannot simply have been fortifying yourself.
Of course, utilizing my ghouls to gather information. Simple enough task, although I have never been one for personal subterfuge, people-to-people skills. Never one of mine. Much more so my child's, hence her luck at going uninvolved. She discovered this ruse rather quickly. Most of my efforts were to locating the blind one. As you would expect, the blind are a threat to a man who must see eye to eye.
Did you find Jacques?
I did.
He is dead, then, isn't he?
No, I have no such luck. A man with no eyes, it would seem, is a man with no fear. A nightmare could not grasp him, and I myself would have had to have left my domain to even have a hope of taking him. But, as you have seen, outside my walls I am very much nothing to those of other elders. My castle is a mighty thing, but it is nothing to the endless streets.
Where is he, then?
I will open the map. He is at the top of the tallest building. There is a skyrise, and he is right around here.
I
So,
told you, eat
The
the rich.
shady megacore.
No. Shady Megacorp is actually that red line, like, directly beneath it, which for some reason is a
Oh,
red line
okay.
and not a thing there. Let's give it
Sorry,
another colour.
with how that dot looks, it looks like it's labeling that.
Yeah,
Mm.
there we go.
Okay. And
it is there he hides still. Probably still licking his wounds, but None we have sent for him have succeeded.
I see. I see. You then. Was it you that killed Esteban and that came after Chef and Cotton Eye?
I went for Chef and Cotton Eye. I was unsuccessful in locating Cotton Eye. Chef was very much disappeared by the man with the blades, and I believe he was already responsible for Esteban's death. A frankly detestable man.
I see. How did the man with the blades contact you? How did he give you your further instructions?
I already knew them, and continued to already know them.
What was the next step then, Terina?
I do not know it. How best to put it? It is like being a sleeper agent when you are still awake.
Yes. Could be.
It is indeed likely, almost certain in fact, that he knows of my demise. Perhaps he will go for Jacques himself, eyes or no eyes. Could be a very good chance at locating him there. Of course, if you were to face him, you would see him, and you would lose. I look forward to it.
I think I might already have his eyes. The power they have in this world, they are not the same in Twilight.
I know not of Twilight. It is not the thing of nightmares, it is not the things of my home. It's not the things of raw power, or even obfuscation. I know what you are capable of, however, and I can see it through your own eyes as you looked into his. Those bright white beacons are not the same.
And who might that have been?
Oh, possibly still the same person, but in Twilight those eyes aren't his eyes, those are eyes of hell. Perhaps you're safe in there, but I doubt he would be bothered by such things. There is very little you can do to him from Twilight.
There is enough I can do.
Well, he would be inclined to know your plans. What is it you think you can do to him?
Firstly, there's the things I can make. I can, while within Twilight, control shadows that gain a physical presence. I could manipulate my shadow self such that my eyes are no longer where my eyes are meant to be. Simply lay in wait as a trap, a darkness in the form of a noose, and strangle the life out of the man with blades as soon as he appeared.
Yep, he will pause as you, run through this mental arsenal. These are potent tricks against a fool, perhaps. Do you wonder why a man carries so many blades? It is to ensure he can cut through anything. And you know he saw you in the twilight. He saw you as that shadow moving there. But yeah. Sounds like little black profiles. Yeah, all the knives. His coat is knives. I believe I used the phrase, his coat is jingling and jangling with the many knives. Yep, and
I felt my kindred spirit.
Yep. Your kindred spirit is a kindred slaying spirit.
Which I am too!
Yay! An evil shepherd. That's what he is now.
I just need to shepherd him to the light side.
One he cannot see. Darian.
I ride shotgun in your soul, and you still want to use your friends. How very delightfully ruthless.
Hey, out of character, I just want to say I took a good piece out of you, asshole.
Yeah, I know. And he knows. And Tim knows.
Fuck you guys, I got ghosts.
Yep. Bum bum ba bum bum bum. You could even call upon everyone's favorite beautiful woman.
Are you volunteering to lend your powers of obfuscation?
No. I offer you
not.
nothing. You have taken what you can take. And I will delight in watching you fail and suffer. I will delight in watching your face twist into a haunted mask as knowledge of what you've done is learned. How is it that a knight breaks the ultimate taboo? There's a little sleeping monster in here. I can see her. Weak little spit of a thing. What frustrates me most is that she made you capable of all this. You would lack the will. Without her, you are nothing.
And yet I alone defeated her. I alone in all of history consumed one such as her.
What makes you so certain that you're the first? For all I know,
But
that is how the seven happens. What a delightful thought that is.
please.
Could you imagine it? The
If
hunger.
this had happened before, Tarina, what prince would allow a Kaibit to live? What prince would allow a Meket to live, knowing they might one day relearn those powers?
And he will wave his hands pointedly, like his faux self sort of passes through your chest. The same kind that fears the seven and wants them destroyed. A seven that hungers for the death of all kindred. And you feel it in you now, don't you? That hunger. I bet it's true. I bet that is where they come from. Who knows, maybe those eyes of yellow of yours will turn to real eyes of hell.
Further, Tarina. It is not kindred. It is all things.
He will scoff.
I shall break down the gates of the underworld. I shall unmake the firmament and rejoin the world into one of living and dead.
Man, who did
All
I
at
sign a pact
once.
with?
Yeah, at that Torina will begin laughing. It's a horrible, horrible sound. Like, Timothy, you are aware that you are a creepy individual. But Torina is a Nozzy, and a Nozzy of the Madness cult, a Nozzy elder whose frame is bent and wicked, and he is stood there naked in the darkness. His laugh is a horrible one, and once again you're reminded of that revulsion, that you have this additional soul sat backseat in you, and that power, that rush, it's starting to feel pretty weak next to the sickness.
You are at least the second out of 9. And you can watch almost from the beginning. I will either fall or the world will fall.
My bets are on you. The more of us you claim, the better our odds of seeing you destroyed. I wonder who will be next.
Well, you know already who I intended to be.
Yes, and I eagerly anticipate being freed from this binding as soon as possible. I recommend it. And yeah, say, DCL, you arrive. The place is smashed the fuck up.
All right. So as soon as I see that, do I have my katana with me? I don't think I would have.
You probably could have left it like next to the recovery bin and then grabbed that. You're still wearing like your orgy clothes, but you can obfuscate whatever.
I'm gonna go invisible when I see this because that would be my first reaction, and then basically go in and clear the area.
Okay.
So I obviously go through that, see all the destruction, and the fact that nobody's here.
Yeah. Give me, I don't know, some tests to investigate. Wits composure, or it's an extra dot for your investigate.
I'll use wits composure. All right. Oh wait, wits and wits. Wait, do you make a wits composure control?
Yeah, wits composure, but your investigation is going to be a plus modifier.
Okay.
Because there's different things to learn out of this.
Let me roll the one more dice I have with that.
Yep. Maybe you'll rock mad tens. You don't rock mad tens. No. Okay. So you enter, and you start casing the joint, and there is a smell, like an ungodly reek that clings to the air. And I mean, you've been introduced to the final death before, and you can smell the final death in here, and it is a potent, potent odor. The fresh death of a corpse older than old. And that's what you would recognize as being the ashes that have been smeared across the wall opposite. You are fairly, almost entirely certain that that is a dead Tarina.
Tarina's dead. Great. It's not like I went through an entire madhouse to try to help subdue her or anything. Not mad. Not mad.
From where Tarina stands, misgendered even till the end. It's very disappointing.
Not mad, only very mad. But what else do I see? Any clues as to what went down here exactly?
It looks like a fight went down, and you can see like lashings up against the walls and roof that could have possibly been like Tim's shadow tentacles doing a whip about, but that's, par of the course if there was a fight that was down, so Tim was probably here for it. You don't detect any of his like clothing or personal effects. You don't smell your companion's death amongst the other.
So the 7 came and attacked, and Timothy had to run away, being the only one fighting. Kind of reasonable. Alright, so of course I go back outside and see if there's any trail I can see to follow.
And this is an investigate test now. You can go with wits investigate.
Wits investigation. Wits investigation.
There's no trail.
What's investigation? So I want to use my last willpower on this? I don't think I do.
Not really.
Not really. Shit. I'm gonna try to call Timothy's phone.
Timothy, is your phone on? I wonder if that's something you might have forgotten in all of this.
You didn't mention you were turning it off.
I, however, did explicitly mention I was turning into a shadow.
This is true, so you don't get signal. However, this is not the first time you have sent a message to him while he is in shadow. You do not get like that little tick that says it's been received.
Okay. So Timothy's in shadow.
Or, you know, his phone is totally destroyed. One of those two.
Alright. So it's time to be maximum weeb, especially since no one's here around to see me, and try to get up on top of the building and see if I can't get a better vantage point.
Sure, that's not even a remote test. As you climb atop this roof, though, you realize that it is getting late. There's like the deep, like, bruised blue of night is starting to like be pierced through with tinges of pink. Probably a half hour away from sunrise.
Yeah, I'll do the DCO thing where I clench my fist around my sword and just yell into the night in pure frustration, as everything has just gone wrong.
But you are well fed, and at least there was some dick sucking. For once, not even done by you. Maybe. It's hard to say. Again, some of those punks were very in case.
Alright, so at least for now, I'm gonna have to go back into the house and try to get some rest.
Yep, sure, you can, you know, like, throw together some stuff and sleep in the, home of the deceased.
Board up the doors and windows with the stuff.
Is that a smart idea?
Is it?
Who knows?
The place just got smashed up.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, you're right. The front door is like super smashed up.
Oh, yeah, it's totally fucked. And this place is not vampire-proof.
Yeah, and I don't have the office. Actually, is it just the front door, or is it all the windows?
One of the sofas, or well, the mattress at least was thrown out of the window.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting out.
Yeah, not a good place to.
Because if it was just the door, I could actually, like, I don't know. If it lasts for as long as I sleep, I could just make the door look like it's fine.
I tell you where there is, like, plenty of dark safety. There's a sewer.
No.
Wakes up blind.
Welcome to blindness, fucko!
I'll go back to the Elysium for now.
Alright, that is very tight timing. Give me a test.
What kind of test?
How do you get across the city?
What would be the fastest way?
Train or Uber? There's a test to run to the train, and then a test to run from the train, or there is a chance on the Uber.
Well, I run at 13, so I'm pretty fast. So I could probably get to the train on time.
Okay, let's take a peek at your sheet. Doodle-a-doop, doodle-a-doop-doop.
A sheet peek.
Beep beep like a real sexy sheep. Let's see here. Give me a athletic stamina.
Athletic stamina.
Just to fucking chug it, Terminator style. Okay, you can make it to the train, no problem. And another one getting off the train, dashing to the Elysium. Yep, you make it there. So it's like there are... Like, it's very unlikely there's a single vampire awake by the time you arrive. Like, there are some ghouls, and one of them literally sees you, like, sprinting down the street in, like, a slowly brightening sky, and he's like, oh, fuck, ah, shit, and he's, like, waving for a bunch of other ghouls as you're, like, rushing towards the Elysium, and they bring out a tarp and run towards you. They get it over your head just as, like, this need for sleep overcomes you.
Alright. Thanks for that. I'm gonna need a place to sleep.
Sure. And yeah, that can still absolutely happen if you would like, Maz.
Yeah.
DCL, while you were on the train before this run, you receive a phone call.
Oh, I'll pick it up.
Darian.
Timothy, what happened?
They came all at once. Tarina's dead.
Yeah, I noticed. I went by the house and the place was fucking wrecked.
Darian, I'm sorry. Darian, forgive me.
Are you safe? You sound like you're about to die.
I could not let Tarina die without his knowledge being taken.
Well, what could you have done about that?
While I was trying to fight them off, and Tarina was dying in my grasp.
Are you saying you diablerized her? Him? Tim, are you safe? How badly did they hurt you?
Yeah, you're hearing Timothy noisily vomit.
Tim, the sun's about to come up. You need to get somewhere where you can rest for now.
I did. I managed to flee. In the morning, I've gathered what I could from what of Tarina I could claim.
Right. Get somewhere safe and I'll meet up with you tomorrow. Make sure the 7 aren't on your trail. I'm going to this Elysium.
Yes. Well, when you get warn the bartender. I will need to meet her in private before I return to the society proper.
All right. I do want to make one test, though.
Sure, what kind?
I want to make a wits empathy.
Gonna be opposing that with my manipulation subterfuge, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
But do I get any bonuses? Because I should at least know that diablerization is not a fast process and not something you can do in the middle of fighting somebody off.
It kind of is, actually.
It took him a while because he was doing it without like that willpower spending, but it takes as long as it does to bite on someone and eat them to death, and you've already nearly done that yourself.
Oh, okay. So that's not usually.
It's not usually a 20-minute process.
It's normally
It's
like
still
10
something that you
to
might
20
not want to do in
seconds.
combat.
I feel like that's something you still wouldn't do in the middle of combat, especially if you have to run.
I mean, his story is dodgy enough that you can actually make the test. There would be negatives for both of you because you're both on the phone, but they cancel each other out, so go for it.
All right.
But it is based, no extra modifiers for it being weird.
Does my specialization come into this?
Yes, you're lying.
I mean, I'm using mine.
Yep. Ooh boy. Yeah.
Let's spend 3 vitae to make a willpower, and then let's immediately spend it.
Alright. Roll another d10. Okay, so there is a success. DCL, there is something about this that doesn't stick. You are fairly certain he has committed an act of diablerie, and he definitely does sound that he is stressed and strained. You've never heard Timothy vomit before, for instance.
Right.
And Timothy doesn't really have the humanity for, like, impulsive reactions like that, usually.
Well, I'm not going to let on that I know anything is wrong, and I'll just go, oh, Timothy, just stay tight for now. Stay safe. I'll meet up with you tomorrow, and I'll tell the bartender you're coming. Make sure the 7 doesn't get you no matter what.
Nice.
Of course, Darian. Thank you.
All right. Then beep goes the hang-up phone, and then that's when I end up rushing towards the Elysium.
Yep. Yeah, you're like clicking it off just as the train is coming screeching to a halt, and you have to like anime run, toast on your mouth style down to the Elysium, and then you get like, as you're just about to like eat dirt, they just throw a tarp over you and drag you inside.
Yeah. All right. So put in context for me again. How bad is Diablerization?
The baddest of the bad. An executable offense.
The baddest of the bad.
Executable.
Though you have met at least one person who has a reputation for having done it before.
This is
the
true.
Little cat ear countess.
Yep, the Countess is a known ex-Diablerist from a time when Diablerie was rather popular. Indeed, there was also an old time of those, like, children vampires forming their own group together and nearly getting wiped out to a man. Or to a child, as it were. Or supposedly, actually, literally getting wiped out to a child, but they still occasionally turn up from place to place, bloodlineless.
So Diablerie is super duper fucking bad.
It is very, very bad, but there is a precedent for one who was friends with the prince getting away with it. Or at least they've done their time, such as it were. Like,
is it like, okay, in terms of like real life laws, real life crimes, would this be like akin to pedophilia bad?
Oh no, this is
It's penalty of death bad.
like the case of the the little kitty cat is like acquittance on death row.
She was already a walking crime anyway because she was a child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she is an acquitted death row case, as such as it were. Timothy has now put himself on death row.
I mean, I have some pretty good, solid hunches, right? Sick Timothy, he was puking and stuff. And
he is definitely fucked up about it.
Did Tim roll for addiction?
Yes. He don't have to roll for a Diablerie addiction, he gets that by default, and he has also got Vitae addiction right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't even roll for Diablerie addiction, you just take addiction to it.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I think my official in-character verdict right now is going to be, we still got to deal with 7, and if it comes to me having to fight Timothy for whatever reason, I don't want to do that while having a famous vampire killing cult on my back.
Yep. Yeah, they might ask you to be the one with the headsman's axe, especially since you, like, squide yourself up to him effectively.
Yeah.
By the way, Timothy, how does your oath feel about Diablerie?
It's not prohibited, actually.
Sweet.
So long as it is justifiable in the best interests of the Invictus.
And you certainly think that it is, or your little brainchild told you that it is, so yeah, fair enough.
I mean, it is against everything the Invictus stands for. But...
Yeah. The
Invictus does a lot of things, but is against everything it stands for.
Yeah. Everyone does all of the crimes.
This is why Rose is like, no.
Yeah.
I'm going Carthian.
Yeah. You're going libs.
I'm sorry, the people who uphold the law feeling free to break the law whenever they feel like it. No.
I'd rather just break the fucking law.
Justice for all is the thing I'm going for.
I mean, we're talking about vampires who are basically sociopaths. This is how that would actually go down. So yeah, you uphold the law when it's in your favor.
Oh, yeah. But it's if you were to compare the groups, like the Invictus basically stand for trying to be like what is it, like a cell phone state, where everything is observed and controlled, except everyone who runs that cell phone state is free to do whatever the fuck they want. They're like the rich people in The Purge.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, you go to any government system.
Let's stay with it. Like, at least systematically wise, like the Invictus are characterized as being those people, whereas the Carthians are characterized as being like a weird cross between, like a democratic society, whilst at the same time being anacro hippies.
Oh, actually, thank you for reminding me about the Oath Scout. That actually means I didn't get any vitae from Tarina.
Oh, of course you can't drink from a you don't get vitae from...
I can't get nourishment from it, yeah.
You're right, you aren't vitae addicted then. I'll be damned.
No.
His oath means that he can only get nourishment from vitae that comes from his the person he's oathed to.
Or humans.
Or humans, sorry, yes.
You know, I'm a little afraid about that oath I took now.
I mean, it's not official until you get knighted past squiredom, but yeah, you should be worried.
When I
You
said I
you
wanted to
you've
test
you've
my anime,
yeah
it wasn't
you've changed you've
that-
changed yourself to a sinking rock.
Well,
I tried to warn you.
You did try to warn
Well,
him.
You gotta quit the Invictus, man. Gotta join the Carthians.
we'll see how this goes.
We have to overthrow this city.
Look, man, I'm black. You don't need to give me the anti big government.
God, you
argument.
really are like a born Carthian.
Yeah, so you don't need to give me that argument. In
Gonna
fact,
turn
the
you
only
into
reason why
Killmonger.
If I remember rightly, isn't your boss a gay Portuguese man?
That was whatever kind, wasn't it?
No, your actual your elder,
in fact,
the
you
guy
gotta
in the
keep
suit,
mind,
Alejandro.
Oh yeah.
as a shepherd, you see, but the thing is, as a shepherd, I'm more in favor of humans.
You're a
than vampires.
you're a lawful good paladin.
Yeah, I'm a vampire to kill vampires that are causing problems for humans. The only reason why I even fix shit within the system is because if the system is broken, then vampires start fucking shit up for everybody.
Yeah, no, yeah. To put it bluntly, the shepherds are paladins.
Yeah.
That's how they do. And knights are paladins on a payroll.
So I'm not sure if my allegiance is really with the vampires as it is with
The
my-
greater
my-
good.
Yeah, the greater good. Which is why I'm not immediately going like, oh, you committed deliberately, I'm breaking ties with you. That and fucking the 7 on our case. It would just not be
It
preferable.
would be safest too, and we'll have to see how that develops when you go to the bartender about it. Yeah, at the same time, on your end, Rose, the orgy's going late. They are offering to do what is effectively a vampire lock-in. Do you accept?
Yeah. No.
No, not gonna hang around for a nightcap.
I appreciate the offer, but I got places to go.
Sure thing.
I don't trust sleeping with random people overnight.
That makes sense.
Even if they're Carthian, you know, and all that, it's just
Paranoia is paranoia.
precaution.
Yeah.
Rose is not super paranoid, but she takes privacy pretty seriously.
Yeah. Would you like to make me a test as well, by the way, against whatever you would like to posit as protecting yourself from some kind of intoxication? Like, a lot of the people that you've drunk from were drugged out of their balls. Like, you are definitely riding
Stamina
high.
resolve is for normal variant.
Yeah, alright. Stamina resolve.
Feeling myself.
And I'm gonna do Veretian as well. She is 2 successes, yeah. Alright, yeah. So you're pretty fucked. In many, many senses of the word. Like, when you take a step forward, you try and orient again, and that's always difficult anyway when you don't have, like, depth perception.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's Uber time.
It is Uber time. Okay. And I mean, you probably left with that option anyway, since DCL would have driven the truck that took you guys to the Hail Mary in the first place back, because you would have been in no condition to drive it anyway. I should have made him do a test as well, but he would have probably aced it with his rolls. Yeah, okay. You are going to be up against the time. Are you capable of making drive tests? I know, a rare occasion where drive comes into play. I forgot you are actually the person with drive. Alright, yeah, give me dexterity drive, please.
Am I not getting an Uber?
Oh no, there, yeah. Wait, my brain stopped doing all of its brain things. Yeah, sorry, you get an Uber. Roll me 60-10. Okay. Yeah, you get to your place with maybe 5-10 minutes to spare. You both are coated in evidence of a great sexual night out. You also happen to both be in possession of some dry cleaning tickets for your belongings, which you dumped off in the plastic thing. And they will either you can just send them the tickets back and they'll post it to your place, but as soon as you don't want to give them your address, you'll have to just go pick them up.
Yeah, we'll pick them up.
Or I suppose you could have them sent to the Elysium and pick them up there.
We'll pick them up.
Fair enough. Yeah, don't lose those tickets, or you lose your pants. And Etienne was wearing really nice underwear. She would like to get those back. They're very expensive.
I prefer her without them.
It's true. Well, that's the thing, though. Like, having sexy underwear really does emphasize the whole ordeal first.
It does. It does. It's just something that Rose would say when she brings it.
It's almost certain, yes.
Even though I, and thus Rose,
Totally.
am all about lingerie.
Yeah.
And teasing and
Yeah, absolutely.
outfits and...
It's the good shit. It's that good shit.
Is that good?
It's that real good. But yeah, both of you get home. Presumably, near your place, and then you'll dash it off to the rest of the way up to yours.
Not giving my actual.
Yeah.
address.
You make it back with 3 successes. You've got time. Otherwise, I've been
I actually was going to specify that.
I already know your character well enough. If you'd gotten no successes, it'd been you're gonna have to get them to take you right to your place, or you're not gonna make it in time. Yeah. So you managed to stagger inside, the door is closed, you're already getting groggy, you can feel the sun approaching, just a weight that's digging into your heels, and you're basically asleep as Etienne is tossing your bondage covered body into the bed and helping you undress because you're now no longer in a state to do so.
Perfect.
You've probably got a text message from DCL at some point along the way. It's shit is absolutely fucked, but you won't see that until the morning.
Handle it, Etienne.
Yeah. I don't know, does Etienne have the ability to look at your phone?
Are you in that close of level of trust?
I mean...
To be fair, she is a ghoul,
Yeah.
and they're supposed to do things like take your calls and shit for you in the daytime.
I mean, you guys have shot at people together.
It's
I
a
don't
very
know after
bu-
that, you should be close enough to share cell phones.
Yeah. So yeah, she will look over that and be like, "Oh well, shit is fucked. I wonder what to do about it." During the day, she's going to make some tests, and then she's probably going to be asleep by the time Rose actually herself wakes up. But let's see how she does at it. Because guess what? Her character is starting to develop the insomnia trait, as all ghouls do tend to gradually do. 2, 3 for investigation. What was the result of your hiding the crime scene, Tim?
Only one.
Okay. 3, 1, 2, and she's taking her time 3, but take away 2 because she's very tired. Huh? No, she doesn't uncover any miscellaneous mysteries about your subterfuge. She will corroborate this information, however. She will go pick up the dry cleaning. And return. And then go pass out.
Sounds good.
Someone says Rose has a 24-hour blush, so she gets to stay up all night. No! A 24-hour blush just means that she sleeps and looks like a human when she does so. You have to be able to surmount the day sleep, which is not a power that she has. Indeed, the 24-hour blush isn't a power she should have, but she fucking stole it, so it's less efficient.
I'm a fucking thief.
She's a fucking thief.
Literally the merit I took.
Yep. And it means that it, costs double the points to get it and costs twice the vitae to utilize, but she chose a very weak power. So as far as like cost is included, at least.
Normally, surmounting the day sleep is actually the first dot of that tree, but...
She took the specific power.
Yeah. So any dragon that can 24-hour blush can also surmount the day sleep, but no, not Rose.
She has to sleep.
I could bypass the day sleep by
The old door trick.
Yeah. That'll catch up with me eventually, but
Yeah, at some point when you're in a place where the sun rises, your body will be like, by the way, you're missing like a shit ton of day sleep. And then you might torpor yourself by mistake for like a couple days.
So I'm the only one, as far as I know right now, who thinks there might be something up. With Timothy.
With Timothy, yes, you're the only one who would have had the interaction to know.
My evidence is dodgy, though, and it's a pretty big allegation.
It's a huge allegation, although it's one that he basically admitted, like, he's basically admitted to diablerie to you. And he has insisted that he had no choice.
Yeah, he's insisted he had no choice.
It's gonna be a tough time for him anyway. There's gonna be a lot of social tests.
So for now, my options are to... From in-character perspective, my options should be to observe and see what happens. Some little fishy is taking on my radar, but I only have my suspicions.
Yeah. Hey Tim, roll me 60-10. By the way.
60-10?
Yeah. Okay. Everything is fine. You did not create a revenant.
Alright.
Then, I might be about to now. You saw my whisper, right?
Yes, that's why it's 6 dice.
So I'll let the bartender know that Timothy is coming, and then first order of the night is to find Timothy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, you see the bartender. And what do you actually say to her? Because this is a big deal and I want to just breeze over it.
Yeah. Developments have happened, and you're going to have to meet up with Timothy to discuss what exactly went all down.
The bartender will look at you and look you over.
7 might be getting more active at targeting us than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm meeting up with Timothy now to try to help deal with that. He should be over to report to you soon.
Sure. She's going to make a test to inspect you and read you. Would you like to try and make me some subterfuge?
I have to make subterfuge just for omitting information? Damn.
Yes, you do. Especially against her. She's very good at this.
I am very bad at that. That's presence subterfuge, huh?
Yep. 1 second while I go wits.
wouldn't it be manipulation?
Oh, sorry, yes.
It's both bad for me either way.
Yeah, manipulation, sorry, is what it's meant to be. My bad. Empathy. And then there's specialization. And then there's status specializations. 1, 2... I only get 3 successes out of all of that. I'll be damned.
I had a chance, die. It's fine.
Yeah.
You say you're damned. That is actually statistically correct, Scout.
I mean, I was damned as in just like, oh wow, I rolled a lot of dice and only got a couple successes instead of the wall of 9s. I'll never... I've just used up like a bunch of important dice karma.
So does she call me out or not?
She will pause. Mr. Culbreath, what is the status of my knight?
What is the polite way of saying pretty fucked up?
It would have probably involved a lot less cursing.
Right. Well, like I said, the situation is not good. I have to rendezvous with him now to make sure that everything's all right.
I see.
Well, all right as it can be. He'll give you the full debriefing once he's here.
Very well. make sure he does so quickly.
I will nod that and start to turn and leave. Gotta remember not to give her too much of a chance to sniff out lies.
Yep, the longer you spend in conversation with her, then I start to get to making to do like tests to just like weed information out of you, and then I get to ask questions where where you're forced to answer them purposefully, like she doesn't believe such and such about you, and then you have to try and posit a piece of information to make me happy, which is fun.
I don't want to put myself in any situation right now without more information.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you piece out of the conversation quickly. Like, it's a rare thing as a DM to get to do that, because usually it's like a player will do a thing like, alright, ask me a question, I'll give you an answer. Instead, as a DM, it's a rare time where you go, alright, what don't you want me to know? Tell me one thing. Which is pretty cool. But oh well, yeah, you get away from her.
Alright. Head over to where Timothy is, rendezvous point.
So Timothy, your easiest place to go hide that you know happens to be secured and no one's going to be coming over would have been the home of Chef the Blood Supplier.
I mean, I had intended to like boot to an office block or something.
Oh, okay, sure. Move yourself around the map, go for it. I believe you have control of you.
Yep. So that would probably be like over here, maybe, near the riverbank, like
Yeah, sure.
not too far from the main skyrise section.
Okay.
Out of caution and some fear, just in case, because I don't know what Timothy's gonna do. I don't even know if he's taken over by the 7 if I go over there. So I'm gonna obfuscate my katana.
Yeah. Oh, you just cut out. You got as far as saying cut.
I'm gonna obfuscate katana and flat jacket.
Okay.
He obviously said he was gonna obfuscate his cat.
Mm-hmm.
My invisible cat.
His cat.
The
named Piranha.
invisible deathly cat.
First of all, Scowl, you need to go over how much willpower we each recover overnight.
Of course. So, Timothy, roll me 5d10. You will get at least 1. You will get as many as your successes. So you get 3.
Is that a Timothy specific thing?
That is in this case, yes.
Okay.
You have done an incredibly good job. You gain 2. Yeah, 1 for resting after a day spent doing your duties, and another one for your outstanding success in general. Rose, likewise, you gained 2. You did a very good job, and then played to your vice like crazy, aka started up an orgy. So yeah, 3 for Timmy, 2 for you 2.
I feel like I started the orgy.
No, Etienne was the one who got 6 successes on a dice.
Yeah, but
You got 4. I mean, don't worry, you did an incredibly good job too,
Oh,
but
you're
that
right,
was
Etienne.
Etienne is the one who smoked it on a very spare handful of
you're right,
dice.
you're right.
No.
And this is the Scowlverse. Dick girls do get secret bonuses.
Bonuses.
I got 1. DCL got 3, I think.
He got
right?
4 and she got 6. Between the two of you, you already had a dramatic success, and she made it, like, beyond a dramatic on her own. So it's like, you guys like, I think we did a pretty good job pulling, and Etienne's like, I made a crowd! Worship my she-ness!
I'm headed over. Weapons are hidden in the suit.
Before that?
Yeah, so I wake up, and waking up uses up my last vitae.
Frenzy time.
Yep. You also, I believe, gain another
Yeah,
blood beat, not like you needed it.
Oh, I do. I need all of the blood beats.
Do you get a blood beat?
I-
Yeah, whenever you frenzy with hunger.
No, I meant diabolizing, and I remember. Yeah, you get as many.
You get
blood
as...
beats
No,
as
you get blood experience.
Yeah. Oh, experience?
Yeah, what's your blood
I
potency now?
immediately went up a blood potency. I'm now at BP 4.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Yeah, Diablo is really powerful, and it makes you feel awesome, like, at first and then a lot later, but there's a lot of buyer's remorse, let's put it that way.
I am well on my way to becoming, quite literally, a god of blood and shadow. Or at least an Elder of Blood and Shadow. I'm, at least a few
Well, I guess
more
the question
diopteries
is,
off from
do I show up
Bloodhood.
during the frenzy or after?
This would have been when the moment he
Depends.
woke up. So
Yeah.
you would have been post frenzy.
How many night cleaners are there? How many pieces of them are left?
Okay.
I can't go into shadow form because I don't have enough blood to, so I'm going to have to feed manually and violently.
Okay. Let's see here. So you chose a pretty big office block. Let's go with. There are 3 cleaners in, and they're on like different levels of the room. And for those 3 cleaners, it's about to get very monster movie. Like you are able to do that shit, like climbing across the walls and like creeping around dark corners. There's nothing but a muffled yelp as you like pounce on someone, and then a crunch as you bite through their collarbone and drink away. Start discarding them like dead Capri Sun. Let's see here. You gain... I don't know. Are you happy to kill all 3 of them?
Admittedly, I'd rather not, but I feel like I only start having choice after the first one. The first one is definitely dead.
Alright, give me 2 resolve composure tests. Both of them are -3. Alright, that's 1 more dead. And another. Alright, you kill all 3 of them. You gain, however, 18 vitae.
So, I'll spend 3 to get a willpower back through my evil strix powers and then go up to my max.
Sure. Now roll me 9d10.
Wow!
I was about to say you're guaranteed at least 1 success.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. And now I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3 chance die. Alright. No one's gonna come looking for their missing dead before, like, you know, time has passed, so that can be dealt with. Let's see here. Can you make for me a wits presence test plus your Invictus status dots as modifier?
Alright, anything else added on to that?
Nope. Okay, your...
Come on, game!
You only need 1. Your reputation is not harmed by leaving a messy series of deaths in your wake, and forcing the cleaners to deal with that shit.
No. I'm dragging them up to the roof, then one after the other, placing my revolver against their neck.
Oh no, they are
through the...
exsanguinated.
Oh yeah.
And you bit through their collarbones in some cases. Like, they are so obviously vampire deaths.
Okay, yeah.
Like, frenzied vampire kill eating, they all look like they have been exsanguinated by a vampire.
I mean... Yeah, having been bitten through the collarbone, I can't really hide that, although... I was going to blow through the bite holes and throw them off the top of a building, so it just looks like some crazy psycho has done this. Not necessarily a crazy psycho vampire.
True. Well, they're exsanguinated corpses hitting the ground. It would raise a lot of questions as well. Like, that's also a very sloppy way of dealing with it. But no, regardless, your reputation isn't destroyed or harmed by this. Absolute fuck up.
By the way, if I want to go and like nom on real quick 2 hobos using stealth rolls.
You guys sure are eating a lot of hobos. Yeah, give it a go.
Yeah. Aren't you full up, DCL?
Nah, I had to spend a lot of vitae to heal myself.
Got like 12 from...
There you go.
Yeah, I had 4 lethal wounds and 3 bashing wounds.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That's...
I mean,
he had,
I have 12 HP.
yeah,
but
he had plenty to spare, mind you.
That's the problem with 12 hit points.
it takes a lot to heal once you take all that damage. And I took like probably the most damage out of everybody.
Hmm.
So yeah, I had to spend a lot of vitae to heal myself. So I want to make sure I'm topped off because I'm getting more and more bad feeling that Timothy might just kill me once I say hello. So yeah, what do you usually get from a hobo?
Like,
Safe is 2 or 3.
Eight.
yeah.
Safe as what?
Safe is
We're all
two.
talking-
Safe is 2 or 3. 4 would usually be safe for a healthy person. 5 would be dangerous for any of them and might just outright kill a hobo.
In 4 hour, I killed a hobo earlier.
It's true, but he was also just in bad shape. It was like, what, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and then you went to go. Well, no, sorry, it would have been like, yeah, probably about 4 in the morning. Someone's sleeping, shivering in the cold and the dark. You just like immediately bite them, drink. Well, sorry, no, you immediately like drink their sleeping breath from them, and they just seize up and have a stroke and die.
I'll ambush with 2 with facing the crowd and get 6.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
So 3 from both.
okay, 3 from both.
That shouldn't be too long with facing the crowd, right?
That shouldn't be too bad. Give me a chance die just in case something goes a bit fucky. Things don't go totally fucky. Yep, you bite him.
Alright.
6 total.
All right, that's topped off enough. So all right, I'll go over and meet Timothy, and hopefully just be able to say hi and not die.
Sure thing. Timothy, where do you want to actually meet?
Let's... There's... You've said before there are minor bridges that aren't, those drawn on with little island bits and
Correct.
the train station, so let's meet at one around here-ish.
Sure thing. Also, Timothy, your clothes are drenched in blood and torn and rent. They still smell like Tarina's death.
You know, I have no objection to this.
Fair enough. Just making sure that the scene is set appropriately.
Yeah, all right.
If I want to sell my story if there was a fight, then, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, DCL. Yeah, head to the bridge. At the same time, do you notify Rose of any of this? When Rose wakes up, Etienne will let you know that shit is totally fucked up. She went to check the place out. Also, by the way, there are our clothes. There are a number of holes in them, though. At least the underwear's intact.
Rose is a good girl who just wants to fuck her girlfriend and go to orgies. Let's try not to endanger her in this.
I mean, I already got the call.
I told you
And-
shit's fucked up. I didn't tell you where I'm meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call.
Rose is a smart girl. If DCL goes missing, then Rose will probably know to jet.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'm not sure we want Rose to jet. She's jetted before. She jets really well.
She jets
Yeah,
even
exactly.
better now that she can shadow door anywhere.
Look. All
We're
I'm
jetting
saying
to the
is that
Bahamas
shit-
right now. Boop, Bahamas.
all I'm-
I could go hide out in the twilight.
All I'm saying is that if shit goes wrong right now, no offense, Rose, I don't think you'll be able to help me.
I have Pull. I have Carthian friends.
I would right now in RP headspace, DCL is just like, nah, leave Rose out of this. She'll be smart and know to get out. Don't get her involved.
Well, I'm gonna call you.
That had been tracked.
I mean, if you call me, I'll tell you I'm gonna go meet up with Tim real quick, see what the situation is.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on?
No idea yet. Tim said there was a fight and that things went south real fast. Farina is entered in final death. I'm going to go see if there's any information we can salvage. It seems Savin is more active than we thought. Keep your head down and be safe. If you don't hear from me, if you don't hear back from me for any reason, I want you to run. You understand?
Sorry, Mers. Okay. What? What?
Rose, did you hear me? If I'm missing for whatever reason, you get the fuck out.
The fuck is going on?
I don't know yet. I'm going to find out. Just sit tight and I'll see what's going on. Everything should be, well, not fine, but manageable.
Sure.
Glad to have your vote of confidence. Stay smart and on the lookout. I'll talk to you later.
Keep me on a speed dial or something. Let's see
Alright.
what I can find out.
Hang up on Rose and go, God, I hope she doesn't get involved in this.
I'm already involved, motherfucker.
Alright, Timothy, let's see what you got in store for me.
Oh, let me just check what I can have in store for you.
Well, give me like 2 seconds, bathroom real quick.
Well, I'm gonna put my feelers out into the Carthian net.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if anybody has seen Darian or Tim around.
Okay. Give me whatever social role you think is most appropriate, modified by your Carthian status.
I want eyes on. I think presence streetwise.
Okay. With the modifier of your car presence.
I mean, shit, did you triangulate my phone call? I didn't tell you where I was going.
What?
Oh, wow.
God.
I'm spending the fucking willpower.
I guess it doesn't matter.
I don't know. You want to take a really good beat?
No.
Sure.
Not.
You don't want a sniper watching them through a scope.
I mean,
You don't want the person to go find them to be someone with the ability to see auras and see his Diablerie aura? Because they'll do it.
if that's what
I'll give everyone a beat for it.
if that's what it would lead to, fuck yes.
Eh,
No offense. to
Alright, everyone, take a beat.
No offense to Mers and Tim, but justice is.
We're about to go Netflix season finale here.
I'm really glad I bought that dot of celerity, huh?
Alright, but before that happens, there's still gotta be the conversation when Darian
Oh, no, we're meeting on the bridge with Rose's secret stealth sniper watching us.
Yeah.
Alright,
This isn't a before, this is a simultaneous.
so everyone please give me a chance dice.
Oh god.
Is this one beat, by the way, or two beats?
Yeah, one beat each since it's getting spread out.
I rolled a 9.
Mm-hmm. And also a d10 from you, Lily. Alright. Okay, cool. Alright, awesome. So you get to be the one who
Oh.
chooses what the sniper is capable of.
Oh god. Oh god.
First of all, would you like this sniper to be a vampire or a ghoul with a dot of auspex?
Please make sure this vampire is also not racist.
Probably vampire,
Okay.
like a Carthian.
Alright, roll me 1d10. They have 2 dots of auspex.
Okay.
What does that enable them to do?
Let's...
Uncanny perception. So, dot one is beasts hackle, so they can do a thing and then ask a couple of questions. Like, who here is most likely to give me what I want? Who here is most likely to lapse into violence? Who here is most afraid? Who is the most likely to hurt me? Who's closest to frenzy? And is a vampire here using a discipline? An uncanny perception.
Let's, before going down the whole list, yada yada yada, but there's a very important question in uncanny perception, and I'm glad you reached 2 points of it, because you can ask, is this person a Diablerist? That's what Auspex 2 is capable of. So, Rosia ask around, and someone quite high up gets wind of this after they saw a strange conversation go down in the Elysium. And you don't know this, that the person they finally go get eyes on happens to be an Auspex sniper. You have no idea of what is being set up right now. And they are underneath the train bridge. You see this like big main pink train line? It's like looking out across this area of the bridge. They are basically underneath the train line with a sniper watching. As DCL was followed. DCL?
Well,
do you have any danger sense type shit?
No, and the thing is, like I said before, I'm only obfuscating my armor and sword now. So
yeah,
I'm very followable right now, and I don't have any danger sense, not naturally.
Okay.
What would I make?
A D10. If you catch a feeling on the wind, effectively.
Basically.
It's not a chance die, it's a D10, so you can choose not to get like dramatically fucked over. No.
Yeah, I'm too busy thinking that shit with Timothy's gonna go wrong to even be worried about being followed, even though I know the 7's a big thing.
Okay. So yeah, you're certainly distracted. You have no idea that as you approach this, and you can possibly see Tim up ahead, and there's a pall over this bridge. There's an unsettling, cold, creeping feel. And this isn't like the movies. You don't see a red dot lining its way up with Tim's kneecaps. But on a bridge, a distance, watching through a scope, and now feeling very uncomfortable with themselves on looking at this individual with Auspex uncanny perception. Like, you've got dread presence going, Timothy, presumably.
Why would I have that?
I don't know, just to be creepy at him.
No.
Okay.
He's still, no matter what I am, he is still was my friend.
Okay. So yeah,
I do not feel a need to exert myself against him just yet.
Alright, so you're stood in the bridge, waiting, and to this person, they look upon you, and it's like there's this cloak of shadows wrapped around you that only they can see. Although Tim, in your heart of hearts, already feels it.
If anything, I would have faith in the crowd against most people. I'm willing to start dropping out when I see Darian, because I'm covered in blood and my clothes are torn up.
It's true. I mean, his scope was originally wasn't on you until DCL got in range and his Auspex, struck on gold, as it were. Because again, as to him, there was this individual suddenly standing there with a cloak of shadows resting on his shoulders like the mantle of a dark god. Except his body is dripping with viscous, inky blackness, and just looking at it turns this vampire's stomach. And gulping nervously.
Interesting fact, diablary auras are shaky and tend to have lines of blood red.
he's not looking at an aura. When someone is a Diablerist, you see, like, uncanny perception gives you, like, visual stimuli. So, for instance, they give you an example: the smell of brimstone and clotted blood, thick black blood dripping from the victim's chin. Yep. Uncanny perception isn't aura sight. It's special poetry sight.
See, Mers, this is why I like the aura thing instead of just asking questions.
True. I mean, if, like, we all know it's because of Diablo, but if, say, for instance, someone went, I use uncanny perception, what do I see? I go, thick black blood, viscous and dripping from their face. And then you'd be like, oh, I don't know what that shit is, but you already know it from the other side, so you just get to hear what he says.
No, you ask the question and then you give the poetic answer.
Yeah.
That's...
Let me talk to Tim.
Give me just 1 sec real quick.
Damn it.
Sorry, I just spilled my drink.
Yeah, while you're doing that, before you talk to Tim, again, I'll try and get to the end of describing it. To him, there is a laser sight visible through the scope of his rifle. His finger flicks off with the safety, and his finger begins to squeeze the trigger. And it is at that point we will bring this session to a close.
You fucking...
Oh, it feels so good. Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Just imagine it, just the nipple rubbing going on. Yeah. Oh, tell me how much you hate me.
I wanted to have at least the bridge conversation. You didn't even give me that.
Nope, because I need to make preparations for what is to likely follow.
Ah, you
Yeah.
fuck. God,
is-
fucking damn it.
This
Why do you do this to me?
It's mostly because, like, a cliffhanger naturally comes up when you're in a situation that's about to need a lot of prep, and I can't do that organically.
But I at least wanted to talk.
I know, but it's literally all going to go down. You'll get to talk to
Shit.
him. Maybe.
Shit is hitting the fan.
Yeah, shit's like mid-hitting fan. Like, you probably are going to get, like, 4 or 5 words out, and then Tim's knees are going to disappear.
Man, you didn't even let me you didn't even do like the dramatic conversation and then suddenly shot.
No,
It's just gonna
I don't
be
play by
real
that
world.
shit. I play by the real world shit, where it's like, why would I let...
fucking
No, I don't.
don't.
I very rarely do that, but I am one person who loves to interrupt monologues.
Can I say, Merzendi, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
God fucking damn it, Scout. Just
Yeah. You know it well.
You're
If,
so bad right now.
if there's one thing I love, it's to interrupt a monologue. Of course, I assumed that Mers can hear us even while she was cleaning stuff up.
Oh, is she cleaning stuff up?
Yeah.
God,
She might not even know that it's a cliffhanger, so we'll wait and see.
It's gonna be months, you fucking asshole.
It's gonna be 2 weeks, not months. Just 2 weeks, assuming this doesn't all, like, get a lot of delays. And hopefully you'll have Rem for it, because it would be nice to have him in for this big deal.
Yeah,
Oh, so this is not
he's
the last.
not off until
This is
like,
not the last section. No.
Okay,
I
that
like.
makes
I
me
don't.
feel-
I don't want to hiatus it until you actually finish the job. That's not fucking cool.
That makes me feel a lot better.
I wouldn't
thought you were
claim.
just like,
No, I'm not. I'm a dick, but I'm not that bad.
all right, now I don't want to kill you.
Yeah. Instead, you get to literally eagerly await shit hitting the fan. Like, as I say, like, I can't prep what's about to go down quickly enough.
The hell do you need to prep?
You had to step
all
away.
the political shenanigans going
There's
down.
about to be a lot of stuff happening because yes, as you are about to see DCL speak words, there is a man who is flicking off the safety and squeezing the trigger aimed at your knees.
Yeah. The only thing is, it's either going to kill me immediately, or I'm not going to be there after another millisecond.
You never know.
Man, I wanted to have that. I wanted the conversation.
I know.
Damn it.
I know.
Mm.
But yes, it would also be good to know what's been going on with Gideon and Saren.
Yeah, getting Gideon involved at all would also be nice for this whole situation. because it's kind of a big deal right now. You know the location of Jacques, who is also, you know, kind of important for Rose's vision quest.
Also,
Yeah,
feel
if you cause me my eye, I'm not going to feel bad about this.
I mean, you're the one that sent the fucking scout sniper after me.
I'm sorry. If you were not there to hear me say I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I feel bad for the sniper because he's gonna pull the trigger and there's just gonna be 2 creatures who just disappear into nothing.
But I'm sorry, but that's what you get.
You did a
for
Diablo.
becoming a Strix and Diablerizing somebody.
Please, half Strix.
Well, yeah, Diablerizing
Yeah,
a Strix and then Diablerizing a vampire.
Elder, no less.
Yeah. I just need to die and then I'll be freed from my mortal shackles and I'll become a Strix proper.
See, out of character, I'm angry that you Diablerized him. Damn it.
Himmer.
I'm angry that you Diablerized Tarina because I wanted to do that.
Then you'd have to kill yourself.
Yeah, Shepard
I
can't
would,
do that.
though.
You would have to Sudoku.
I would
How-
have to Sudoku. I can't
How-
though. That's why I'm so jealous. I can't do it.
How Rose is just the bastion of morality in this.
The professional
that's
thief
the
knows
one
what they
I
are.
don't know.
That look, absorbing the fucking power of people who are stronger than you and you defeat is the one exception.
I mean, let's put it that way. I'd have let you score in, be a weeb, become anime.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't necessarily do it in character, but damn, the temptation would be there. If this was
You
a
would become
fucking
a
Highlander, they'd be perfect.
Okay, so
I believe there is a Highlander World of Darkness splat.
I'm not surprised. But before that,
Not surprised.
my dears, let us jump to scoring aspirations and end of turn experience.
God,
At least I got Orgy.
Yep. Rose, fixed vision with the plus still in it, hasn't progressed. She doesn't herself know where Jacques is. Thunder Club plus, she hasn't cashed out a large enough check
shit,
for
I
that.
failed merit.
Yep. Organize an orgy, you score it for 2.
What did you fail?
Fucking protect Tarina.
Yep.
I step out for one
Oops.
fucking orgy and this shit happens.
Sorry?
This is why I'm not allowed to have fun.
DCL,
Because everything.
your aspirations. Participate in an orgy, you score it, 2 beats.
What happens for failing an aspiration?
Ensure Elder Tarina goes unmolested. 0 beats, it is taken off the board. And become anime. You're literally having a bridge showdown with someone with a hidden magical katana, and they have absorbed an ancient evil elder. Yeah, alright,
Oh, yeah,
you can
that's-
score it.
Yeah, that's pretty anime.
You get 2 for that. That's the only time I'm letting you score become anime, but that is very much the setup we're looking at here. I need it to start raining and then we're done. And like someone used to be wearing those like sandals that are just one plinth. I forgot what they're named.
I'm really excited to get an excuse to use resilience.
Yep.
It's gonna be so good.
Mars, you
You
have
assume I'm going to try to kill you.
Well, not you, but like, let's say the sniper tries to fucking headshot me. Like, even if it hits.
You're not the Diablerist.
Shit,
Yeah, no. He wants to save you. You've come to this meeting and you've met with a Diablerist.
Well,
They know
okay,
you're a
so,
good
like,
guy. Like, this Carthian knows that you are the lawful paladin of the people. You are a justice ranger.
Yeah, but here's
He
the
knows
thing,
that Tim is an evil, like, Invictus boy.
Yeah, but nobody's told me, and we're busy dealing with the 7.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume the sniper shot is a fucking 7 assassination attempt.
Yeah, no, that's a
That's
fair
fair.
thing to assume. It's true.
So basically, I'm going to get caught up in all of this because I'm like, oh shit, I got to help Timothy. Because even if I don't agree with what just happened, I got to wait till all the dust settles to fucking sort that shit out.
It would be nice if Tim were just put into torpor in one shot.
I don't think that's happening.
It's almost impossible.
I don't think
Only almost.
I don't think
but-
I can do that much damage. There is a bonus for spending a whole extra turn aiming, which they get to do so. They basically aim in a scene and not in combat. But however, I have literally said where they're aiming, and you are untorporable by a shot there.
Yeah. Wooden bullet
I
straight
mean,
to
if
the
it-
chest.
If it takes the knee off completely, I feel like that's enough damage to do that, but anyway.
Yes, sorry. Tim's aspirations were his all side job seeking 2 trees, no extra progress there. Consume the Elder's immortal soul. You score that 2 beats.
Yep. And I do know where Jacques the Blind
Yep,
lives.
2 beats. You score both of those. That was Merz's hidden goal. Consume the Elder's immortal soul. Fun. Fun in a goddamn bun.
So, can I declare one of my aspirations for the next session now?
If only so you don't forget it. Yeah, go for it.
Survive the sniper attack.
Survive the sniper attack. Sure thing. But yeah, with that, my lovely dears, thank you very much for playing. I hope that you have enjoyed yourselves.
It was an experience.
Sorry for suddenly turning into a villain, you guys, but it has
Curse your
like
sudden but
something
inevitable
building to this
betrayal.
for a while.
I just hope you're happy with the fact that you definitely put Rose off of Invictus.
I mean, if I'm actually going to be forced to go loud about this, then I'm not going to care for much longer.
Oh man. Am I gonna get nothing personal, kid, if we have to fight? I think I'm gonna get nothing personal, kid. I'd be full anime. I'd be even more anime. I'd be bleeding out but transcending anime.
But yeah, with that, if you're watching in the
man.
stream, or you're watching in the VOD, I of course, as usual, wish you all a lovely motherfucking good time, and please do take care.
Bye stream, bye YouTube.
Bye.